YouTubers time back with the 41 years of Mills and Boon, and I think I found the worst one yet. I've done it. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Okay. It's by Leclaire. It's called To Marry a Sheikh. It's a Mills and Boon Enchanted. Now, this book came out in the year 2000. Okay. Obviously, times moved on. Mills and Boon tries to embrace a more kind of diverse style since then. This book is a bit problematic. Okay. And I will go into the detail after I read the blurb. His birthday bride. Zara was determined to escape the marriage her ambitious stepfather had planned for her, and she was prepared to risk everything. She knew a traditional birthday gift was being sent to the exiled Prince Harada in America, and Zara was determined to be that gift. Prince Malik Haidar had been driven away from his desert kingdom by a family feud, so he was immediately suspicious of Zara when she arrived as a birthday gift from his cousin. But Zara wasn't a woman unlike any he'd ever known before, and to her insistence of waiting until his actual birthday to give him his gift only added to his fascination and intensified Zara's predicament. So, now first thing to note, okay, about Zara is this. Now, Zara is in a bit of a weird situation. Her mother is dead. Her stepfather wants to marry her to the Sheikh, okay, the Sheikh currently in charge, as a second wife. Now, what it is that even though he's the Sheikh, okay, he is happily married. His wife gets given birth to daughters and they want sons. So they actually think that if they get a second wife, okay, she will have the son, even though Cambridge say, okay, that genetics don't work like that, and it's the man who decides the gender, not the woman. Okay, I'm glad I said that. Okay, but that's the way this kingdom works. Okay, so so she's in an arranged marriage to the Sheikh. Okay, and she's not really kind of on board with it, but then I'm gonna read out Zara. This is the actual problem. Okay, this is it. This is when Zara is okay. Hakim lifted a look at Zara's hat and his frown deepened. Once again, he was reminded that the people of Raman were a superstitious lot. A man interested in marriage avoided a woman with red hair. They were considered shrewish and of questionable morals, and though her hair was more blonde than red, she couldn't deny the fiery highlights that streaked through it. Flash of lightning in an otherwise tranquil setting. The touch of red hair kept her safe until now. Okay, so she is described as biracial. Fine, great. Described as red hair, with red hair. Okay. Check out that front cover. Okay. Now, no genetics is a very interesting thing, but that's blonde. That's blonde hair, and that chick is whiter than what I am. Okay, so that's a bit of a problem. Okay, it's kind of like we're gonna set this in another kingdom, but God forbid, okay, we have people of color on the front cover. Hey, like I say, so while she's there, you know, the kind of arranged marriage to the Sheikh at the time, who's not really into it himself, okay, he's kind of on the fence, because not because she's a ginger, the fact is, okay, he just doesn't want to get married again, and people just pressuring him, okay, to have a son. He turns, okay, and says to her, whilst you're here, you can help pick out my cousin in America birthday gift, because Malik is going to be sent a woman. Okay, right. Right. You're going to send your cousin a woman. He's a man who has everything. A hint of sadness gleamed in Hakim's pitch-dark eyes, but perhaps he will enjoy a taste of his homeland. Good grief. And these women, they don't mind being sent to. She wouldn't feel herself a brash woman, but for some reason she couldn't bring himself to speak Malik's name out loud. They don't mind being sent to your cousin. Why would they? He asked in astonishment. They've all volunteered for the honour. Malik is a most attractive man. Yeah. But the thing is, no, she actually helps pick the one, okay? And basically they just swap places, okay? And then she is brought overseas, okay, to Malik, wrapped up in a carpet, a la Cleopatra and Mark Antony. It's Mark Antony or Caesar, one of them. Okay. And so, and the thing is, Malik lives in New York City. He lives in like this like sprawling apartment. He has his own housekeepers and stuff. Yeah. And then, because Zara wants to escape her stepfather and wants to find her American family, even though that really starts becoming a priority after this point. But anyway, okay. Here we go. Right. You're going to return me, okay? Because Akim's like, I don't really want your services. Her panic increased. If been sent back untouched, chances were she'd be in the same desperate straits as when she come up with this crazy plan. Then her stepfather, the situation could only worsen. Her only hope was to carry through with the plan and pray Carter disowned her, Carter her stepfather. Otherwise, Ali and Jamal would drag her home in disgrace. Oh, I suppose. Akeem could honestly refuse to take her for his bride, which would salvage something positive from the ordeal, but she'd soon be forced to marry, and this time it would be one of the horrid old men off, who had been offering for her since her 16th birthday. That's a bit of a lazy bit of sentence there. Okay. And the fact is, okay, I am so unclear. Is this birthday gift being sent a woman? Being sent a woman, you know? It's like, well, being sent a bride. Is she meant to entertain you, be a servant, dance? I mean, essentially, this society, environment finds widows, okay, women with experience, okay, and sends them over to a prince to do what he wants with them, essentially. But lucky, okay, you know, quite lucky that Malik's not a bastard, because obviously it'd be a totally different Mills and Boon novel. Okay, but the thing is, okay, is that Zara and, because Malik's got no idea who Zara actually is, Malik and Zara talk, and they decide, okay, to spend a couple of days together, a couple of days to the dude's birthday, and just spend some time together and just kind of get to know each other, okay, and just take it from there, okay, right, here we go. Right. You may leave any time you want, just say the word, and I'll arrange for your return to Ramen. As I've already been told, I don't take unwilling women to my bed. The idea of having a say in the matter intrigued her. Are you suggesting we have equal power? Either one of us can end your better celebration? He inclined his head, a quick grin flashing across his face. Equal power, absolutely. Okay? So, 3 days. Okay, now 3 days. Now, the thing of the case is, Malik gets Zara some new clothes. She's not used to wearing trousers, of course, so she just wears skirts, and this is very kind of formal, okay? But the thing is this, in that 3 days, she never leaves the apartment. She never walks out. She never explores New York. She kind of forgets about her family that she's looking for. And even I'm really confused, okay, because is he meant to sleep with her, or because he won't actually sleep with her, okay, until she consents, until she's actually comfortable, because it kind of susses, okay, that she's untouched, which is fine. All right. But the thing is, her prose goes into such Mills and Boon kind of tones, if you will, okay, the purple prose of Mills and Boon, and it becomes so clear. Like, this bit here, okay, this bit here, right. The gift is my body, he claimed, negating all his earlier assurance. I stick to that, and we get along fine. So, I'm here to give a gift. That gift is your body, he claimed, negating all his earlier reassurances. I stick to that, and we get along fine. Still, she didn't stop brushing aside his comment where he rested with his hand. 3 days, Malik. Allow me 3 days to give you gifts of my choosing, gifts that will help heal your past. So, they're not going to sleep together until she's happy, okay? He actually doesn't want to sleep with her, okay? It's not his style. And then she's like, let me help heal you. Let me help heal your troubled soul. And in that 3 days, she totally takes over his apartment, takes over his life, okay? Right. Right. And the fact is, okay, is that there's people in Mag's life ready to call out the stupidity of the situation, okay? This is from his housekeeper, okay, Miss Parker. I'm not sure I like this much. A helpless young woman handed over to a married man by a king of some country. I've never heard of it. It's not respectable. What does your mother have to say about all of this? Well, you know, mother's dead. But it's true. It's true, okay? Alright. And then, okay, obviously, as time goes on, Malik starts to kind of see what's going on, okay? This bit here, alright? And the fact is that unless a son is born to his cousin the king, the Sheikh, it kind of puts his crown in jeopardy, okay? Right, this bit here. Right. It took a moment to digest this. So far, Hakim's union with Russia, that's Hakim's wife, had only been blessed with daughters. And like the fact that they said daughters, thank you for saying blessed. If Hakim married Carter's daughter, and she produced a son, The boy will most likely become heir apparent. It put Carter in a very dangerous position of power. Very clever. See, the bastard hasn't lost his touch. Yeah, so he's sus to the fact that this woman exists, okay? And the fact that it's Zara, who's now with him. But the thing that is this, is if a son isn't born, okay, of Hakim, then most probably that if him and Zara do have a child, as Malik and Zara have a child, and the child will become Sheikh anyway, okay? But the thing is, even though, okay, that Zara never leaves the apartment, never explores New York, never does the tourist stuff, okay? Right? She turns his apartment into a palace. She actually brings home to his birthplace home to his home. And the fact is, okay, he's actually a little bit disturbed by this, which is kind of justified because he left it in disgrace, okay? And I'm going to spoil a second what that disgrace was, even I think it's ridiculous. Alright, let's bit here. The entrance was overflowing with plants of all descriptions, like the palace. And just like the palace, two huge golden leopards with emerald eyes and oxy spots guarded the door. Of course, the Roman leopards were decorated with real gemstones instead of glass imitators. For attempting to rent something that valuable for a day, I would have fallen far from the realm of what Malik deemed reasonable. She basically fits out the house and the apartment, okay? She even gets a space and puts a tent up so they can have some private time. Right. And in that 3 days, he starts to get in touch with his roots, his heritage. This bit here. Regardless of what's inspired, these garments symbolise his heritage. He'd been born and raised in the palace of Raman. He'd descended from kings. His blood was Raman. His heart beat in time with the pulse of his country. And his soul had been forged in the heat of the desert beneath a burning sun. He could no more remove that part of himself than Zara could deny her American heritage. How had one so young become so wise? She knew instantly what it had taken him years to understand. Right? After he has to get changed in a traditional dress. Okay? So they have sex. It's fantastic, of course. And then obviously Zara's dad turns up to take her home. In disgrace. In disgrace, okay? Right. And but the thing is, there's an element, okay, of Malik actually feeling a bit played by this though, when he finds out. And this bit here, okay, right. So I became bored of this when Keda hatched a plan of offering her to me as a second wife. It goes shortly after the birth of my third daughter. He hopes she gives his son that Russia hasn't. That's what he said. It's not what he's saying is that he hopes daughter's sons will inherit the throne. It will give him more power than anyone could comfortably control. Yeah. So basically, Zara and Malik are basically just involved in power struggle, okay? Because one man can't give his wife a son. It's kind of ridiculous. And then again, you find out why that Malik was exiled. Is that the thing is, Zara's brother basically, okay, was mucking about one day, okay, and kind of died in a car accident, and Malik was blamed, even though it actually was her brother's fault. And that's why he had to leave the country and become exiled of the city of Raman. But Zara and Malik get together. Zara finds her American family and whatever. Okay? It's ridiculous. Honestly, I've read a lot of crappy Mills and Boon novels, but this is just ridiculous. I mean, firstly, a 3-day courtship. The whole kind of, I'm going to heal you, Malik. Now I met you. You're not the butcher that everyone thinks you are. You're a good person. And whilst I'm here, oh yeah, I'm trying to find my American family, but that will be put on the back burner. And I swap places with someone. No. It's terrible. It's ridiculous. Day Leclaire. Okay, obviously that's not your real name. To marry Sheikh, it's ridiculous. I think this is one of the worst books I've read from Mills and Boon. However, the fact is, okay, that now Mills and Boon are trying to be a little bit more level, if you will, a bit more less problematic. But this is an example, okay, stuff that was out 20 years ago, okay, where the fact is, okay, that Zara's never doesn't know what equality is, actual equality, okay. The idea is kind of like foreign to her. I mean, no one really kind of takes the time to basically say, you don't have to do this now. You kind of, but it's kind of like, I've met you, I'm going to marry you. She kind of falls into that kind of like constraints, okay, within 3 days. Yeah, no, it's terrible. I'm signing off here. 4 years of Mills and Boon to marry a Sheikh. It's god awful. Bye now.